Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kenza, and today we are doing 12 things I wish I knew before I turned 20. So yeah, I'm not gonna do too much chit-chatting and talking. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right on into it. Oh yeah, we about to do my makeup. I ain't got nowhere to go, but we about to beat this face real quick. Start things off, I'm gonna start off with my eyebrow. I have my eyebrow gel, and like today I'm really just gonna be discussing things that I wish somebody would have told me before I got into my 20s, because when I tell you, baby, nobody prepared me, no one whatsoever. And I just feel like I'm a deer stuck in headlights. Like, why would y'all do that to me? Like, it's just so many things that I've experienced that I'm just like, bro, like someone could have easily just been like, yo, just so you know, once you graduate college, you're going to be experiencing this. And it's crazy because when I talk to like people that are like in their 20s that are older than me, they're like, yeah. And I'm just like, bro, you've been experiencing this, why didn't you just tell me? Anyways, gonna put this brow gel on. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This is probably like my second time ever using this brow gel. I haven't done my eyebrows in a minute, so if it looks a little crazy, please don't judge me. I'm just trying. The first thing that I wish someone would have ever told me was, in your 20s, it is time to be selfish. Like, you really have to be selfish. Being selfish is the #1 way to always ensure that you are first, okay? Because growing up as an immigrant child and the first daughter, I was always taught to put everybody ahead of me, everyone, milk primer, but I was always told to put everyone before me. So once I got into my 20s, I always thought about my dreams and things, but like I would always put like my family before me. As the first daughter in an immigrant household, we're told to like always make sure everybody in the family is good. And it got so bad that like even my friendships suffered. You know, I just never had time for everybody else. You just don't be having the energy to be around people because I'm always tired, because I'm always taking care of everybody else. It sucks because I should only be focusing on me. Well, I'm glad I actually know that now, for the simple fact that I can actually start putting myself first. And there's going to be a lot of changes. I can't say too much because I don't need nobody putting no negativity and voodoo or anything on my life. Anyways. New wet damp beauty blender. But yeah, I just feel like now I'm actually going to be taking the time to take care of myself and putting myself first, because I haven't for the longest. And everybody that's been in my life, even guys that I would want to entertain, suffer from it, because I'm always in, oh, I gotta make sure my sister's good, I gotta make sure my mom is good, I gotta make sure my dad is good, you know. But now it's time to make sure Kenza's good. Your 20s is when you're supposed to be out having fun, living your best life. Like what Nella said, you're supposed to be on a yacht in a thong in Dubai, shaking that. Anyways, yeah, so that's #1. #2 would be to choose your friendships wisely. Come on now. I feel like that should be self-explanatory, but you know, there's people like me, you know, who's so gullible. I'm one person who's afraid to be lonely. And I feel like going into my 20s is when like I started to experience severe loneliness, for the simple fact that, you know, I'm not going to school. I don't have like a physical workplace that I'm going to. So it's kind of hard for me to make friends and meet new people. So any chance I get to meet someone new, I'm kind of thirsty, and I'm just like, dang, like, let me try to be friends with them. And then I'll see like red flags and kind of ignore them because I'm so desperate for some friends. It just does not end up well. Like, I really be so desperate that I'll let any little thing slide. My time in Atlanta, I've experienced a lot of fake and phony people. And people say Atlanta is kind of like that, but I just feel like anywhere I go, like if I was to go anywhere, I would experience those same type of people. So I can't really just blame it on Atlanta, even though people be saying that, you know, you're gonna meet a lot of fake and phony people in Atlanta. I just refuse to believe that it's just Atlanta. I think that's just how life is. It's fake and phony people everywhere, okay? What the hell am I doing? I forgot to do my eyebrows. I've never done everything else before my eyebrows. I think after this, I'm gonna do my eyebrow. I'm bugging, or do I look extra orange? But yeah, you want to choose your friends wisely, because honestly, this is the time where you are starting to make lifelong friends. And the way you choose your friends are going to make or break you know, your 20s. You want to find people who are reliable, who are fun, and also you want to also make sure that you are selective with your friends. Like, you don't want to make friends and then try to put them all in one category, because it don't always work like that. Like, I have friends specifically that I try, well, granted, my friend group, like, I feel like we can do everything together. Everybody in that group is pretty diverse, but aside from them, like when I make other friends, I know that I have specific friends that I can invite on a trip, friends that, you know, I can go out to dinner with, friends that I could just, you know, call on the phone, workout friends, like friends that you go to like fitness classes and stuff like that with. You should already know which friends are going to be able to go with you on a trip and which ones aren't. You should be able to know which friends you can go to an expensive dinner with and y'all can split the bill. It's no issue, no nothing like that. So yeah, definitely number 2 is choose your friends wisely. The next one is very, very important, and that is to heal your own trauma. When I tell you, I grew so much in my 20s only because I started to notice that there were like little patterns that I would do due to like my traumatic experiences growing up. It was hindering the quality of my life experiences. I feel like I missed out on a lot of opportunities. I missed out on a lot of great friendships and connections due to the simple fact that I have a lot of trust issues. I was very toxic. I'm not gonna say a terrible person all around, because I really wasn't. Like, I was really a nice, decent person, but I had a lot of issues, and instead of me dealing with my issues head on, I would just kind of ignore them, which was one of my coping mechanisms. Like, when I have a problem, I'll just ignore it until it goes away. It eventually goes away, but it goes away forever. Like, it be on some stuff like someone does something that I don't like and I completely stop speaking to them forever. And it is so bad when all I really had to do was like, hey, you know, you did this and I just didn't like that, so please just don't do that again. And when I look back on my life, I'm like, dang, like there's so many people that like I could have kept in my life. Not saying that it was necessary. I'm pretty sure like the whole reason why there really wasn't a lot of important people coming into my life is because the universe knew that I had issues. I take full accountability for that, and I'm actually glad that I was able to catch that coping mechanism when I did, for the simple fact that who knows how many opportunities I could have missed out on in the past year or two. There's so many people that I've met, so many great connections that I've made this year. If I still had the mentality that I had 2-3 years ago, I would have missed out on so many different opportunities. The importance of being alone is what I wish someone would have also told me. Like, no one wants to be lonely, but I feel like we don't talk about how being alone can be beneficial to you. You know, you get to learn a lot about yourself, get to learn what you like, what you don't like, and for you to actually start developing into the person that you want to be in the future. I was able to figure out all of the things that I was doing that was being detrimental to my life due to my trauma, just from being alone. Like, just really sitting down and just taking the time to reflect on my life personally. You have to take it as a blessing. You really have to sit down and really evaluate yourself. And I'm not saying like you need to be alone all the time, but I'm just saying loneliness can be a good thing. Setting boundaries and sticking to them. Oh my goodness. This is a lesson that I wish I would have known since I was a teenager, because there's so many things that I have let people slide with. I would just not say anything and they do it again and I be tight. And honestly, like, this is something that we all need to be growing up and learning. Like, parents need to be teaching their kids from birth. Like, once you set a boundary, stick to it, and that's that. Don't give nobody no exception. Because the way when I tell you, people really be crossing my boundaries and they be taking me as a joke, I really hate it. Sometimes I let it get to a point where like they've done it so many times and I'll just have an outburst, and then they'll be like, Kenza, what's wrong with you? Like, you never had an issue with this before. When that was really never the case. I've always had an issue with it. I just never said anything about it because I'm non-confrontational and I lack the discipline to hold other people accountable for the things that they do to me. That is the issue. I think it has a lot to do with my childhood, because there was a lot of things that was done to me growing up that I was just not okay with. But because I wasn't able to like speak up and like voice that, I carry that into my adulthood, and it's become such a big issue because now I'm old enough to like completely like stop talking to people and cut them off and just be like, yeah, you're done. Now literally when someone does something that I don't like, I try to like let them know right then and there, because I don't want it to build up, number one. And number two, I don't want them to continue to think it's okay. And then when I say something about it, like, I don't want them to look at me like I'm crazy. Like, oh my gosh, you never had an issue with this. Now you have it. Like, I've been had an issue with it. I was just letting you slide. Number 6 is forgiveness. I never really understood like the whole method of like forgiving people, because I'm just like, bro, if you did something, you did it. You need to apologize, and if you don't apologize, I'm gonna hold a grudge against you. You know, that has made me a very miserable person. Well, I won't say I was very miserable, but that has made me make some petty decisions. I always had an issue with forgiveness, is because a lot of the times when people do something to me, or like something was done to me, everybody always acts like, oh, nothing was done to you, or it wasn't even that big of a deal. Like, everybody kind of brushes it off. Growing up, I used to just hold on and harbor a lot of things. 2-3 years ago, I realized there was a point in my life where I would cry every single day, like every single day, and I couldn't figure out why I was crying, and I was just really so sad. I legit did not like anybody around me. Why? Because I could not forgive them for anything that they've done to me. And it's because I was waiting for them to just say sorry. I realized I can't live my life like that. I had to learn how to forgive people, because honestly, I wouldn't be as happy as I am today. Your girl is a forgiving girl, but don't get that twisted, because I never forget, okay? I wish somebody would have told me this, because the amount of friendships and relationships that done got ruined because I would honestly let people borrow money knowing that I would need the money, and they always had an excuse as to why they couldn't give me back my money. That's one thing I hate. I hate when people borrow money and like they be like, oh, I'm gonna pay you back, and then never pay you back. But you know what really pisses me off? Not only are they not paying you back, you see them doing everything under the sun. And I realize, right, I'm the type of person, like, I'm a sucker for a sob story. If someone is like, oh my goodness, like this happened to me, and you know, like I need to borrow some money, I'm like, okay, I got you. If I got it, I got you. But I'm gonna need you to pay it back by this date, because I have responsibilities, you know, and they always agree. They be like, yeah, I give you the money by this date. And I'm just like, okay, this date comes, I don't see no money, no nothing. I'm like, okay, maybe they forgot. Let me remind them. Then it's just like, oh, you know, something came up, I'm gonna give it to you next week. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. And I tell you, the amount of time people have taken advantage of the fact that I was willing to help them. And I don't know if people just assume that I got the money, but I don't. I'm struggling just like you are. So please, please, please. But I learned my lesson, you know. I take my L for all the money that I'm not gonna get back ever. And I'm not talking about no like $15, $20. Like, I can let that slide. But once it hit the hundreds, baby, please send my money back, please. And I'm not saying that I just be giving out hundreds of dollars. Like, it starts to accumulate. Like, it'd be like, yo, let me borrow $50 real quick. It start off like that. Don't let nobody borrow money unless you don't plan on seeing that money again. Just don't do it, right? So some lady, she was like, okay, if someone comes and asks you for money, like let's say they asking for like about $5,000, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna help them. You're gonna give them like $1,000, be like, oh, this is all I can, like, you know, help you with, right? And what that's gonna do is gonna kind of like frustrate the person, because now they have to go to other people to ask them for money. And then number two, now it's gonna let this person know that whenever they need money, that you're not the reliable person to come to. They're gonna be like, okay, so I asked such and such for money last time and they was only able to give me a portion. Let me ask, you know, someone else. Versus you giving them the whole lump sum of money. Even if you have it, if you give it to them, right, the next time they in some deep stuff, they gonna come right back to you and ask you for money. Why? Because you was able to give them the money the first time. I was like, this lady's smart. So anytime somebody come and ask me for money, I don't care if it's $10. Bro, I only got $2. You know, you're gonna have to ask a couple of other people because I only got $2 for you. Feel me? So I am the queen of self-care. Like, I really do not play when it comes to self-care. If there's a spa, guess who's gonna be at the spa? Me. It's just something about taking care of yourself and, you know, just spoiling yourself. And self-care can be anything that you enjoy. Like, if you enjoy taking a bath, give yourself a bath like every 2 weeks, because I know the water bill be crazy. Like every other week you give yourself a little bath, or like taking yourself out to dinner. It could be an at-home facial. You know, self-care. I honestly do feel like you need to have something that you do for yourself every day. So me, it's my skincare. I love when my skin is glowing. I love the process of taking care of my skin, making sure I look good. I'm not really a makeup person, but when it comes to skincare, I don't play. That's something that I do for myself every single day. I take my time when it comes to my skincare routine. Like, I'll take a 20-minute shower and then I'll take 30 minutes to do my skincare, because who doesn't love flawless skin? Flawless, healthy, glowy looking skin, we love it. Well, I love it, so I'm gonna do it. You can do something like journal. Like, if you like to write, journal. If you like to draw, get yourself a little sketchbook and just draw. Like, do something for yourself every single day. Making sure, you know, I'm taking care of me first. And that also comes back into the selfishness. Take care of you before anybody else. Somebody asks you for something, say no. It's that simple. Number 10 is having a support system. So for the longest, I have had issues with talking to people. You know, it goes back to my trauma of not being able to express myself. So I never really had a support system. Not saying that there haven't been people who tried to be there for me. Like, literally, I have reached out to people and was like, yo, I need somebody to talk to. I think I'm about to lose my mind. And they would say yes, and for some reason, like, I just would not continue the communication. I just never, like, you know, took advantage of it. And I'm actually working on that, because those people are still in my life. I have someone to talk to, but I never realized how important it was to have a support system until, like, things started getting real. Shout out to my friends, because every once in a while, like, you know, I would talk to them about my problems. So I say they're like my support system. Like, if I desperately needed someone to talk to, like, they're there, which I'm grateful for. Definitely get yourself a support system, because they are the ones that are going to cheer you on when you need motivation. Trust me, like, even when I'm not going through something and, like, I haven't posted in a while, my friends be like, Kenzo, yo, what happened? Why you haven't posted? It's been like 3 weeks. Why haven't you posted? Like, it's just a good feeling to have people, you know, asking about you, checking on you. Me and my mom, we haven't had the best relationship, but, like, lately I've noticed, like, she really has been trying to work on, like, the mother-daughter relationship. Like, I haven't posted on TikTok in about 5 days, and my mom, she was like, Kenzo, what's going on? Are you okay? Like, you haven't posted on TikTok. I don't know if she realized, but that almost made me cry. 11 is everything happens for a reason, okay? I know it sounds crazy, like, even when something really bad happens, anytime something bad has happened, it has literally directed me into a different direction that has caused me to do something great. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I literally don't even get upset when an inconvenience happens, because I'm just like, oh, I'm probably meant to do something else, or something's supposed to happen. Okay, the next thing is to reduce your expectations. I wish someone would have said, girl, if you have no expectations, you would never be disappointed. Because the amount of time people have disappointed me, like, I just be expecting people to do things, because I do certain things for them, and I'm just like, bro, like, I would do this for you. Why can't you do this for me? But apparently life don't work like that, and I had to learn that. I don't expect anybody to do anything for me or anything like that. And when I tell you, my life, the way I view life has been changed forever. So much more happier. I just can't have nobody ruining my day, my aura, my energy. Like, please. My makeup is basically done. So some girl have recently found out that you can just take a matchstick and just put it on your lip as lip liner. And it kind of pissed me off because I'm like, why are you telling people my secret? That girl does not know me from a hole in the wall. I see my old videos. Y'all can see I've been doing this for a hot minute. But not everybody about to start doing it. I'm sitting here gatekeeping when I need to be sharing the beauty secrets, right? I was going to do lashes, but I just don't feel like it. I'm really not going anywhere. And I think I'm cute without the lashes. So this is the final look. I hope you guys did enjoy my 12 things that I wish I knew before I turned 20. Because trust me, your girl really needed it. And hopefully this can help somebody. Even if you're in your early 20s, like you got your whole 20s to learn these things. But it's still a lot to learn. And I'm definitely going to do an update video because I do feel like it's more tips. I just got to write them down. I just couldn't think of them right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.